Jake Paul is ready to enter the ring again, and he's found another opponent that he can build his path and legacy on. But will this opponent, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., offer up some resistance because he has the experience? Let's talk about this card. On Saturday, June 28th, we're going to see Jake Paul enter the ring again in another promotion of where he's taking a former professional top-class fighter who has had a tremendous fall from grace, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and about that'll headline another MVP promotion along with co-promoter Golden Boy. When we look at Paul and what he has accomplished thus far, he's entering with his record of 11-1 with 7 KOs against Chavez Jr., who's now 54-6 with 1 draw and 34 KOs. There was a time when Jr. was in the fight game and was thought of as a serious contending fighter. Paul has been taken as somewhat of a novelty act, but you do have to take him serious because he trains as a professional and he picks his opportunities very well. He's a very good matchmaker, and this could be even better for him as an opportunity than it was for Mike Tyson. The Mike Tyson situation was horrible because we know that Mike is now 60 years old, and that was something that you just cannot look at and hold much credence to. But Chavez Jr. now is 39 years of age and is battling at the cruiserweight division. So we'll see how this plays out, but Paul should be favored. In the co-main event, we'll get a chance to see someone that we're really anticipating hotly and highly, and that is Zurdo Ramirez, as he finds himself in there against a very good challenge with Uniel Dorticos. Ramirez's record now is 47-1 with 30 KOs, and Dorticos is 27-2 with 25 KOs. When you think about these two men, Ramirez is now 34, Dorticos is 39. Ramirez is a southpaw, and he's looking to gain an advantage. His most recent win is over Chris Billum-Smith with a unanimous decision that allowed him the WBO title at cruiserweight. Dorticos' last fight was a June 2024 KO stoppage over Alan Campa. Now, though the Cuban fighter is 39 years of age, he has an 80-inch reach at 6'3", which is going to prove to be a formidable situation for the likes of Ramirez, who seems to have found himself boxing more at the cruiserweight division. Another fight on the card will be Floyd Schofield Jr. taking on Tevin Farmer. This is another fight that people are anticipating because Schofield, who now seems to have somewhat of a spoiled reputation, a battle against Farmer, who has had very good outings recently but hasn't been given judges' decisions. This is going to be a very good test for Schofield. Farmer's last 3 bouts came against Raymond Muratalla and 2 fights against William Zepeda. And Schofield's record now is 18-0 with 12 KOs, while Farmer has dropped to 33-8 with 1 draw and 8 KOs. But do not let Farmer's losses taint your visions for what this man is capable of. I thought that he beat William Zepeda in their first fight, and I thought that he should have earned a close decision against Raymond Muratalla, whose trainers and coaches were pleading with him to try to do something to pick up the pace against Farmer. Farmer is a skilled veteran. Also on the card, we're talking about Raul Curiel, who is going to be taking on Victor Rodriguez. These 2 men are bringing undefeated records into this match. The battle will be held at welterweight, a 10-round fight, but both men are very, very much entertaining. Curiel's from Mexico and Rodriguez is from Uruguay. They will be testing one another's mettle. Both are in their primes, 29 years of age. Orthodox fighters. Curiel's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, and Rodriguez is 5'9.5" with a 70.5-inch reach. Curiel's record is 15-0 with 1 draw, 13 KOs, where we see Rodriguez is entering 16-0 with 1 draw and 9 KOs. So you can believe that when these 2 come together, there's going to be a tremendous amount of pride on the line, and no one wants to submit to the other as far as keeping safe the undefeated records. So I look forward to this fight. I anticipate some shootout here, as you should as well. Then going into another fight on the card, John Ramirez, as he takes on Joannis Argilagos, excuse me for ruining the name, from Cuba. It was originally supposed to be against Henderson, but as a replacement bout, this will be a chance for Ramirez to come back, as we saw in April of 2024, he lost a unanimous decision to David Jimenez. Now, Argilagos lost his last fight, which was in May of this year, a unanimous decision to Elijah Juan Acosta. So, as John is bringing his record of 14-1 with 9 KOs into the ring, he's going to be facing off against someone who is not as experienced as originally thought with Henderson. But we have Argilagos, who's coming in with his record of 9-2 and 1 draw and 4 KOs. He's been stopped once inside the distance. So as these men come together for their fights, you can see that this entire card is showing a great deal of talent that can't be taken for granted. Also, as a feature on this card, we're going to get a chance to see more action, as we have these men, Avius Griffin, who is a welterweight, taking on Julian Rodriguez. These 2 will be fighting in a scheduled 10-round match, and we're going to find out who is ready to take that next step in their careers. When you talk about Griffin, who is a 6-foot fighter, he's 17-0 presently, and he's bringing his knockout record of 16 KOs. When you talk about Rodriguez, he is 30 years of age, he's 5'9" with a 68.5-inch reach, and he's 23-1 with 14 KOs. So definitely this is going to be a bout that will be featuring Avius Griffin, who's now 31 years of age, but you just don't know what you're going to get, because when these men come together, pride will be on the line, and so will the opportunity to face one another with the challenge of what could be next. Paul has a reputation for rewarding fighters who perform well and featuring them on future cards. Another fight rounding out this card is a very interesting fight in the women's division of boxing, as veteran fighter Holly Holm is returning to the ring, and she's going to take on Yolanda Vega. Holm's record is presently 33-2 with 3 draws and 9 KOs. Vega is 10-0 with 1 KO, and Holm is also a mixed martial arts fighter, as well as has done boxing matches in professional fights. She's very well known for having stopped Ronda Rousey, and people really acquitted her for those actions and doing away with all of that Rousey talk that we were getting. Overall, this is a solid card by MVP and Jake Paul. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about the card and if you plan to purchase this pay-per-view. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.